25 years of natural resources management, rural development and the environment on both a national and international level. He's also a smallholder, so he has some farming experience and a follower of traditional music. So without anything else to say, here's George.
Thank you very much. Welcome everybody, and thank you for coming to listen to what we have to say. It's of some benefit. Difficult to follow Peter, certainly in time. I think it was Henry VIII that said to one of his wives, I don't intend to keep you for very long. So it will certainly be much shorter. I think it was in 1963 that Cecil Woodham Smith came to Castlebar to promote her book, The Great Hunger, which told the story of the famine in Ireland. And during our presentation, she singled out the people of Erris for particular mention. She noted their kindness and their generosity in spite of adversity and in spite of the poor distribution of the natural resources such that they were. Across the bridge here in the parish of Kilmore, there is plenty of data concerning simple things like the number of beds, straw beds, which were at the disposal of the population. They were very small in number. It was even smaller again, the number of people who had actually the use or access of a horse to do the farm work. And a similar story is replicated across the bay here in Kilcommon. I have worked with people from Erris, both in this country and on building sites in London. And I can tell you that that commentary of Cecil Woodham Smith is as relevant today as it was in 1963 and during the famine. Like the previous speakers, it's impossible to come to a place like Erris and not talk about the gas. It's impossible, if we're honest with ourselves and also with you. So what I have to say in terms of maybe what we should do, what is in front of us, is relevant to the gas issue as it is to all the other natural resources that are around us here in North Mayo. I'm sometimes asked outside the county and outside the country, when they hear where I'm from, what about the gas? And this is my answer and what I will tell you. The gas that was found offshore, where there is also fossil fuels, I consider it the same as the wind that blows over the land and the waves that wash through the channels and up on the shores. They're ours. As other speakers have said, the deal, for want of a better word, that was done in relation to the gas really shortchanged the people badly. And what's really worrying is that there doesn't seem to be any sign of it changing. If we look at, for example, the situation with land use, I think there are 12 to 14 directives which actually regulate and determine what we do with our land. If we consider wind and the potential for wind energy, all of the talk that I've heard of and all the discussion in relation to this potential It's all concerned with actually producing the energy and taking it out. I hear no consideration about what's needed in order to actually invite industry in here and add value to it, create the employment and export the finished products. Nothing. We had the first, I think, commercial wind farm in Bellacorrick. More than likely it will be added to. It certainly has the potential. But it will be nothing short of a disgrace if we don't have government policy which ensures that as a minimum percentage of this energy is left here for industry. Now, if we look at all of the maritime counties, from Louth right down along the east coast, south and up to Donegal, Mayo is the only county that doesn't have a deep sea port. We have two locations here in North Mayo. One here in Broadhaven. I remember going to school, it was one of the bays around the coast that was indicated as having deep water, suitable for a deep sea port. And of course we have Kerala. I hear nothing about those either. No talk. Sometime in the 90s, when there was commemorations of that awful period of the famine in Ireland, there was a number of fairly high-profile apologies made to the people of Ireland. One of them was a very detailed letter by Tony Blair, which was read out at a commemoration ceremony in Mill Street, where he apologised on behalf of the British government during the time of the famine and subsequent governments since that for its bad handling. And we had the Bishop of Canterbury stood up in Tuam on Easter Sunday and apologised, and I'll never forget his words, for the tragedy, he said, for which my country is primarily responsible. You know, the question I ask myself is, when is there going to be an apology, not just to the people of Ireland, we're here in Eris tonight, when is there going to be an apology to the people of Eris for what has happened? And when is there going to be decisive action taken to ensure that we don't make those mistakes again? I see absolutely nothing on the horizon in the mainstream parties to indicate that they will, because they don't have the courage and they don't have the vision. We don't have a cannon hole. I'm privileged to be up here because, you know, I don't give a damn. I'm anything but the typical political candidate. But you know, as Pat Spillane said, rural Ireland is in the last chance saloon. It really is. So the time is now. Thank you very much.